Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. What is up? Back at it Monday, my goodness. What a day on Friday. That was insane. Big drop, looks like it's developing into something, and then boom, you get a huge bounce at the close. Morning, Shayak. Hey, Neil. It looks as if our uptrend is already played out, but we are above resistance. Don't really have much else holding us back here. I'm just checking out on the SPY chart if we've actually hit that all-time high yet. Yeah, it looks like we did. Okay. That's not quite right on my ES chart. We hit the all-time high on Friday. So all-time high is where we're going to open up at. And some sellers present, as we saw from that drop yesterday, but clearly that got bought back up, so could be a rally here. We don't really have any news to set us off one way or the other. Tomorrow's JOLTS. ISM services on Thursday. And that's it. So kind of a light news week. The bigger news will be the bill that is trying to get passed this week. Of course, any tariff related deals that come out. Sounds like the deadline is not expected to be extended, so a lot of deals should be popping up, and each time that hits the headlines, should be seeing a reaction from the market. Good morning, Yas. Good morning, Tom. Very big bill, very beautiful. That's right, Tom. You got it. It's a big bill. It's a beautiful bill. I said it was a beautiful bill. Good morning, Paul. Welcome in, everybody. Brand new week. We're ready to just get after this thing. We got the open here in 10 seconds. No current trends in play except for this little mini downtrend, so maybe that'll get some follow through. But it would be wise to lean on the long side for sure. And we are live, so let's see what happens. Finding some support on that range bottom there. Good morning, Mike. Internet too slow to trade. That is a shame. I've made it a requirement for myself. I gotta be directly plugged in, hardwired. Wi-Fi is just not it. I do not want to have to rely on a good Wi-Fi connection. Looks like we got a new low. We were right at yesterday's high. NQ having the same sort of deal here. Maybe we get a wider channel. Right now we just got to play the short term. See where we're at in regards to yesterday's high. I think we're also right on it. Yep. So that could offer some support here. And again, we don't really have much news this morning. We'll keep, of course, Trade Exchange on just in case we got some sort of crazy tariff news or something along those lines. But otherwise, not much is expected. It might be a slow Monday. Starting to break down below yesterday's high. See if we actually have any follow through. Javi asking, how do I look at levels when SPX was at an all-time high on Friday when ES wasn't? Well, ES was. If your chart says it wasn't, that's because of contract rollover. So SPX and SPY, they don't roll over. That's a continuous price. So that's going to tell you the truth. So this is an all-time high. There's no question about it. We are at an all-time high. Bouncing off yesterday's high so far. Which would make sense if this downtrend was 2 legs. That was right at the measured move. We're getting our bounce here. So I could look for a double higher low to play this reversal. I'll consider it on both indices. Push up after that 2 legs down. Yeah, again, Javi, that's from contract rollover. We have gone higher than the prices in December at this point. Yeah, Shayak, you can actually adjust it on NinjaTrader too. You just have to have the right settings. I don't have that on right now. But yeah, you don't, it's because well, I don't need to explain it. You guys, most of you all probably already know. Yeah, on NinjaTrader, you just have to go to, where would you go? Market data and non-back adjusted. So then it doesn't back adjust everything. So the prices will be accurate. It will put some gaps on the chart, but it depends on what your priority is, to not have gaps or to have the prices be accurate. Yeah, we're maintaining above yesterday's high. We had a little dip down there. Tried to break out towards the bottom, but buyers are supporting this right now. Same on NQ. We tried to dip down below Friday's high. Couldn't do it. Couldn't hold it. Definitely a sign towards the buyer's side. Testing again. Sellers making another attempt to push down below Friday's high. And that was a second entry short on ES right here. But I'm not personally going to take a short when we just bounced off a key level. No bueno. If that key level wasn't there, though, that'd be a fantastic little setup. Yet again, buyers stepping up, not allowing price to go and hold below Friday's high there. Another win for the buyers here. NQ is still it's struggling a little bit more than ES. It hasn't really rebounded above yesterday's or Friday's high. Has the potential actually to drop. There's a little push down on NQ. Hold on. Accidentally got in a trade there. Let me close that out. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Yikes. Jeez. That's always scary. We got to close now below that high, so that is encouraging towards the seller's side. And pretty soon, if we keep trading down here, we're going to have to look at some sort of wider pattern. This doesn't look great yet because we have a lot of empty space at the bottom here. NQ for sure looks more like a candidate for a wider channel. This fits really well. We're going to go with that for now, and we're going to start looking for a short. Shayak says feels like sellers are going to get trapped soon. Could be, but you're also long, so a little biased. So far, I like this downtrend on NQ. Looks pretty solid. ES, in order for it to be legit, we're going to have to push a little bit lower, so we have a lot of empty space on the bottom. ES back above yesterday's high, back above the EMA. I would look for a double higher low if we're going to get that reversal. Pushing back down below yet again. Getting pretty choppy here on ES, above and below the Friday's high. So really this is a waiting area to see which side is going to win. NQ looks the most hopeful for a downtrend, but even that's not perfect. This downtrend on NQ is legit. We're gonna have to see rejection here. Hey, Michael. Good morning to you, or afternoon, evening, whatever the case may be from Europe. All right, there's one bearish bar there on NQ. So that's essentially our first attempt lower. We'll wait for another pullback and another attempt to get short. Yes, another rejection at Friday's high. And I mean, we just don't really have a great downtrend for me to try to take a short here on ES. So I'll probably limit my shorts to the Nasdaq if it sets up. I mean, maybe if we get like, I don't know, maybe there's a different way to draw it. Yeah, maybe if we get a really nice lower high on ES, I'll take it. Okay, let's watch for a lower high here. NQ's already pushing up, so it's not looking super likely, but you never know. That last bar has not gone higher yet. Basically equal highs. Nice pop on the Nasdaq there. For sure got some relative strength going on. Meanwhile, ES is dropping, so a little bit of a divergence between the two indices. We'll see which one's going to win. Little range form there on ES. To take a short now, I would need basically a breakout pullback of that range. Morning, Squid. There ES goes back to the top of the range. NQ continuing to work its way up. It's kind of holding the market up right now. And ES is still just right on Friday's high. Has not made a decision one way or the other. This right here, guys, if you don't know, is absolute no trade zone. Complete chop right on a key level. This is indecision. This is the market not knowing which way it's going to go yet. And even the Nasdaq is not too sure. Here's our key level. And yes, we did go back above it, so that's a good sign for the buyers, but we haven't really confirmed it yet. This could just as easily drop back down. So no real confirmation one way or the other. We just gotta wait. Pretty soon this will be obvious which side's winning. Right now it's not. Yes, looking like it might want to drop. But you can't really trust those breakouts to compression. This might give a little fake to the downside and then launch up, or vice versa. At this point, I would almost like fade whatever the initial move is. There's a breakout to the downside on ES. See if it actually holds. Will we at least make a new low? And below this, we could very easily go and fill the gap from Friday. Like I said, I'd take a breakout pullback. So if we get a lower high here on ES, I'd be interested in shorting that. If the Nasdaq drops, it's game over. That will really propel the market downwards. And currently, it's below that key level Friday's high. Nice pop on ES. On NQ, I might actually consider a long here, as again, we're above the key level. We have one attempt higher. If we can get that second attempt and this key level holds with a bullish bar, I'd take that long. There's that second move down to the EMA. Let's see if we can get that bullish bar on NQ. ES still inside that little compression zone. Wow, guys, this is pretty crazy. My goodness, what a tight compressed range. The last 20 minutes. Absolutely no progress. There's finally a little compression break to the upside on ES. It appears this uptrend may be played out on NQ. But overall, buyers winning. They're defending Friday's high there. Technically on ES, this uptrend does look like it had to move up and break in a new high. So maybe get a pullback now. But if we stay above this Friday's high, it doesn't really matter what the pattern's showing us. That's bullish, right? So we're watching that key level closely. And if we get a push up from here, we're definitely going to be looking at an uptrend and just how the heck can we get long. And so far, that's what it's looking like. This level's held. But here come the sellers. They're going to make another shot at it. Very shallow downtrend on ES. Kind of no matter how you draw it. So nothing strong, that's for sure. NQ hovering here after that short-term uptrend played out. We're going to get a lot of information here in the next 10-15 minutes as far as the overall bias of the day. ES made yet another high. Sellers trying on the Nasdaq. This may be the last chance. I may consider a nice lower high on ES. As long as we're below Friday's high. Playing the larger downtrend. but even that's not going to be great. It is pretty congested in here. Alrighty, yes. Can we get that lower high? I would consider a lower high on NQ too. Again, as long as it's below that key level. And then, of course, if there's any random news that drops on the bill or on a trade deal, like, this market can go haywire. We do have to watch with that this week because it is suspected that some trade deals are going to be coming through, and the bill Trump wants to sign before the 4th of July. If the bill passes, it's very likely to be bullish on the market. And then same with any trade deals. If any fall through, that would be bearish, but the market's pricing in that the deals do happen. Breakout traders on either side of this market have just gotten schooled this morning. All right, ES again looking like it wants to drop. That lower high was not quite strong enough for me in all this congestion. If it closed on its low, I would have considered it. Oof, and I almost took that one on NQ. Just a little bit too big at the end. S&P just made a new low. Will the Nasdaq make a new low too? Finally below Friday's high. I also realized I have not reloaded my charts today, so maybe that signal bar for that second entry short was better. or that lower high, whatever. So this downtrend on ES does look like it may be played out, depending on how we draw it. I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, well, maybe actually it's not broken yet. I don't know. If we stay below that key level, I'll be looking for shorts. In Q looking like it wants to try back above that key level. Man, it's just been ping pong this morning. Again, breakout traders are just getting owned on both sides. Looking for a short. We have our pullback. There's our first attempt lower right here. Let's get a second attempt. Nice lower high on the EMA. I'll take that. And I'll even take it if the bar is not perfect this time. Okay, watch this bar here. This could be it. Looking for some good rejection. Need to see a reversal on this bar here if we're going to take it. Want some good momentum on our side. Okay, looking pretty decent. It's not perfect, but I think I'm gonna take a chance here. If it triggers, of course. All right, canceled there. We made a new high, new relative high. And we're back above that key level. Boomerang today, man. This is why you want to avoid taking trades right at the key level. You want to wait till one side or the other is confirmed, because this has looked really good for both sides at one point or another, right? So this is a perfect example of, yeah, what happens at these key levels. Like, look, if you go back in time, oh man, this thing's breaking to the downside. This looks really good. Oh man, nope, chop. Oh man, this is looking really good to the upside. Boom, no, breakdown. Oh yeah, this is finally breaking down. Let's take a short. Boom, stopped out. So just over and over again. Sellers got smoked right there. Buyers got smoked right there. Sellers, buyers, I mean, everyone. And this is another example. We just launched above it. All of a sudden, buyers are going to be buying this up, going, yep, this is it. Yep, we're back above the high. Don't do that. Wait for confirmation. These key levels are dangerous that way. But yeah, I'm going to be playing as if this downtrend already played out. That's kind of what it's looking like. And we got a short-term uptrend here. I'll be looking for longs as long, again, as we hold above that key level. That's the key. Tech T, thank you. Yes, Take Profit Trader is 40% off now. So yeah, I forgot to update that on the stream. So that's an incredible deal, guys. Take Profit Trader, daily payouts. You don't have to wait for certain payout windows or whatever. Once you get above that threshold, boom, take a payout every single day. Put money in your bank. Now 40% off. That's solid. But yeah, I think that's going to conclude the stream for now, guys. Wait until we get out of this mess. This is essentially just one big range right around Friday's high. Let's get out of here, right? Let's get out of here and actually confirm that we're headed somewhere else and not just chopping around. Don't get chopped up in this. There's absolutely no reason to. We saw the chop. We know we're back and forth. If you took a trade in here, go take a good hard look in the mirror. Slap yourself a couple times. Don't trade and chop, guys. Wait for something confirmed. Good to have you back. Excited for the new week. Should be a good one, with some possible big moves with the bill coming out, trade deals. Yeah, be on the edge of the seat for this week. It could be an interesting one. So have a great day, everybody. See you in the Discord. Let's hunt some setups for the rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on YouTube. Peace.